with the Connecticut Interscholastic Athletic Conference. Live from the New Haven Coliseum, this is the 52nd Annual CIAC Basketball Tournament. CIAC Championship Basketball is brought to you in part by the Southern New England Telephone Company.
Hello again, everybody. This is Dick Galliot and Bob Norman from the New Haven Coliseum, where the L Division Championship game between South Catholic and Naugatuck will be coming up in just about a moment or so. The late start of this championship game because of the overtime M Division Championship game, where St. Paul of Bristol defeated Hand of Madison 71-70 in a thrilling overtime game. And Bob, tonight it's South Catholic and Naugatuck in this one, and we look for an equally tough battle because both of these teams are very physical.
Well, as far as South Catholic is concerned and their coach Joe Riley, they've amassed a record of 21-3. They're fifth ranked coming into this tournament. Naugatuck 16-8, 19th ranked. Bob Sullivan is their coach. And we'll have the tap-off and the starting lineups in just one moment.
For the start of the All Division Championship between South Catholic of Hartford and Naugatuck High School. And Bob, you'll have starting introduction.
Okay, Dick, as the Naugatuck cheerleaders round the floor. Number 44 at forward is Joe Healy, a 6'2 junior. And there's Joe coming out onto the court. Number 30 is the other forward, Tommy Zolo. He's 6'2", and he also is a junior. At center, the co-captain is John Palmer, number 34, 6'4 senior. Starting at guard is number 12, Gary Churchill, 6 foot even. He is a junior. And the other co-captain is Bobby Woodfield, number 22, 5'11". He is a guard, and he is a senior. Bob Sullivan, the coach of Naugatuck, welcomes his players back to their bench. Naugatuck ranked 19th in this tournament and now playing in the Class L finals. For South Catholic, ranked number 5. Number 31 is co-captain Bill Eller, a forward. He is 6'3 and a senior. Number 40 is Randy Levine, a 6'1 junior. Number 35 coming out right now, the big center for South Catholic, is Ted Morrow. He is 6'5 and he is a senior. At the guard, co-captain Steve Happany. Number 43 rather is Mark Borowski. Number 43, Borowski, 5'11. And Steve Happany, the other co-captain, is also a guard. He is number 45. He is 5'11 senior. Joe Riley is the coach of South Catholic. So you've got Joe Riley with South Catholic welcoming his club back. Bob Sullivan over with Naugatuck and their 16-8 record. The officials at today's Class L championship game, Frank Porky Vieira and Pat Mazzarella. And that is Porky closer to your screen, to the lower part, and Pat Mazzarella to the top part. Just about set to go for the Class L championship. We had a fantastic game earlier tonight in the Class M finals in overtime. It was St. Paul 71, Hand of Madison 70. What a ball game to start things off. And I know our Channel 8 viewers and you, Dick Galliot, are hoping this will be just as exciting, if that is all possible.
Okay, we shall see, we shall see. South Catholic in the white uniforms with the red trim. Naugatuck High School in the dark maroon. Okay, we will have John Palmer in number 34 for Naugatuck, who is 6'4". Jumping against Ted Morrow, 6'5" of South Catholic. Opening tap controlled by the Naugatuck Greyhounds. Gary Churchill over quickly to the left side. First shot of the game by Palmer is no good. Rebound battle underneath, and we have what, a whistle. The first foul of the game is called, and it's called on Captain Bill Eller of South Catholic. Naugatuck will put it in play. Gary Churchill, the 6-foot junior, inbounds pass from the corner. Shot is short by Woodfield, Bob Woodfield, and did not quite go out of bounds, and South Catholic touched it, so it'll be Naugatuck's ball, and Gary Churchill will put it in play. You'll see Churchill do most of the ball handling tonight for the Greyhounds. Woodfield, ball is bobbled and batted for with Tony Zolo of Naugatuck. Over to Woodfield again, and it'll be Gary Churchill setting it up. South Catholic dropping back on defense, and the shot from the left side this time by Palmer is no good. He's 0 for 2 from the floor. Bringing it up court, Steve Happany for South Catholic. Driving the baseline, Eller. Shot is up and good. Bill Eller the 6'3 senior co-captain for South Catholic, puts South Catholic out in front 2-0. Now Catholic pressing in the backcourt. Naugatuck slowly brings it across. Gary Churchill, number 12. We'll get you familiar with the numbers early going. Naugatuck, a very deceiving club. We'll tell you why in just a moment ago, rather in a moment. Underneath, the ball still loose, still being batted around. And finally on the fourth try, Naugatuck's Tony Zullo puts it up and in, and we have a 2-2 ball game. Naugatuck comes in here with a record of 16-8. But they were early season losses when a great many of the football players on the Naugatuck basketball team were getting into basketball playing shape. Eller, turnaround jumper, South Catholic, no good. Lippitt Catholic go after that rebound, and Eller follows up his own rebound and comes up with 2 points.
One thing that South Catholic does have in this ball game, Dick, is a little bit of height, a little bit maybe more muscle under the boards. Ted Morrow 6'5", Bill Eller 6'3", control most of the boards for Catholic.
Gary Churchill off the front of the rim. The rebound is up, and it's good by Naugatuck's Joe Healy. Joe Healy, who's a defensive end on the football team at Naugatuck. 6 minutes, 10 seconds left to play in the first quarter. It's a 4-4 ball game. Naugatuck and South Catholic. Bank shot is no good. Loose, taken away by Naugatuck's Tony Zolo. After Ted Morrow had missed the shot for South Catholic. Churchill brings it up. Guarding him is Mark Borofsky of South Catholic, and he'll stay with him all night. A steal by South Catholic. Picking it off is Randy Levine, number 44, and he gets it over to Steve Happany. He's the floor general for South Catholic, and he'll do most of the setup work. Drive that baseline. Archer is good by Randy Levine, the 6'1 junior for South Catholic, who averages 14 points a game. Now bringing it up court is Bob Whitfield, the 5'11 senior for the Naugatuck Greyhounds, 6'4". It is South Catholic out in front. Okay, the missed shot, and South Catholic takes it up. Steve Happany goes low. Morrow turnaround, no good. Goes after the rebound himself. Still loose. Naugatuck comes up with it. Tony Zolo back now to John Palmer and over to Gary Churchill, who will settle it down and bring it across. Underneath, pretty pass, up and in to John Palmer from Gary Churchill. Great assist for Churchill. Palmer with the easy layup as a result of the pass. 6-6 ball game.
Naugatuck coach Bob Sullivan said, you watch for that stuff. We're going to kind of break their zone, come in the back door. We need pinpoint passing. They've got the height, but maybe we've got a better passing attack.
Shooting over the screen is good for South Catholic. Mark Borofsky, the 5'11 senior. He averages 10 points a ball game. 8-6. South Catholic out in front. 18-footer, Tony Zolo. And Tony Zolo gets his second field goal of the first quarter. 8-8, tied for the third time. 4 minutes, 5 seconds left to play in this first quarter. South Catholic in the white, Naugatuck in the dark maroon. 18-footer off the mark by South Catholic's Randy Levine. The South Catholic saves, and they'll set it up again. Steve Happany. Work that corner, drive the baseline. Can't get through, pass it off, and out of bounds it goes.
Little philosophy of coach as far as Bob Sullivan of Naugatuck is concerned. He's looking for a consistent scoring attack. Not a high-scoring game, just consistent scoring. Wants to do things well.
A left-hand hook by Eller, no good. Rebound taken down by Naugatuck. Joe Healy, the 6'2 junior. And then Gary Churchill sets up the play coming up court. 8-8 is the score. Woodfield, he hits from the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 5 starters all have a field goal.
Well, that's exactly what Sullivan's looking for, that kind of balanced attack, Dick, so South Catholic can't zero in on anybody.
Steve Happany handling. Over to Levine. In the corner they go. Borofsky fires one up. Misses, and the rebound is taken down by Bob Woodfield, the co-captain, 5'11 senior for Naugatuck. 10-8. Naugatuck out in front. Outsider off the mark this time for Gary Churchill, but the rebound goes to Woodfield of Naugatuck. In the middle, hook shot. Rolls around, drops through for John Palmer. His second field goal for Naugatuck. 12-8, Naugatuck in front by 4. South Catholic coming in here tonight with a 21-3 overall record. Low post. Ball broken up, intended for Eller. Foul is called against Naugatuck. Ball is on Gary Churchill. That is the first foul for Churchill, first team foul for Naugatuck.
As far as Joe Riley of South Catholic of Hartford is concerned, he'd like to get a lead, maybe a 6-7 point lead, then just sit on it. He really stresses defensive basketball, but when you're trailing 12-8, you got to start thinking offensively.
Joe Healy drives that lane and hits it up and in. So 3 of the 5 starters for Naugatuck now have 2 field goals apiece. 14-8. Naugatuck opens up a 6-point lead, and with timeout on the court, the score is Naugatuck 14, South Catholic 8. Soon, Naugatuck out in front of South Catholic 14-8. South Catholic with the basketball. Eller working it outside. Now the other corner on the left side. Ron Macaluso, who's just come into the ball game, a 6-foot senior, number 40 for South Catholic in the white. Ted Morrow, the 6'5 senior center, floating across that lane, high and low. Now anchors himself on the right side all by himself. He's isolated, drives that lane, and misses the shot. South Catholic accomplished what they wanted to do, except the end result, and that's get 2 points, because they isolated him over on that side, got him alone, Morrow. He drove the baseline, but missed the hoop. The touch last by Naugatuck, so it's still South's ball. Morrow now from 6, he hits. Makes up for it. 6'5 senior Ted Morrow, averaging 17 points a game, 13 rebounds, 14-10, Naugatuck in front of South Catholic, as Gary Churchill brings the ball up court, guarded by Ron Macaluso. 6 feet on 6 feet. Loose basketball, out of bounds, touched last by whom? Touched last by Naugatuck, and South Catholic will put it in play. South Catholic considers themselves a successful team based on all-around team play. They don't do anything spectacularly. The coach told me that they just do everything well, and that's Joe Riley, who's in his 10th year at South Catholic. Ron Macaluso, Steve Happany, 45 with the basketball. A minute left to play in the first quarter, 14-10. Naugatuck in front of South Catholic as Happany drifts around traffic for South Catholic's offense. Go to that baseline low, however, can't move that ball around, knocked out of bounds.
Ted Morrow, 6'5 of South Catholic, the biggest man on the court right now, having quite a battle with John Palmer, number 34 of Naugatuck, and number 35, Ted Morrow of South Catholic.
Well, they're collapsing on Morrow front and back, and the ball is being battered around. On him is 34. John Palmer, who's 6'4", turnaround jumper by Morrow off the mark. Rebound goes out of bounds. South Catholic putting it in, and the inbound pass is stolen away by Naugatuck. Loose, not controlled. Eller comes up with it for South Catholic, goes back up and gets 2. 6 points for Bill Eller, the 6'3 senior co-captain. And it's 14-12. Naugatuck out in front of South Catholic by 2. 17 seconds left in the first quarter. Churchill with the ball for Naugatuck. Shot is blocked beautifully by Randy Levine. South comes down court. Steve Happany in the corner. 6 seconds left in the quarter. Tomorrow underneath, misses it. And Naugatuck, long lead pass, 1 second, and I believe the buzzer went off first. That's the end of the quarter, but I don't know if that was the basket. I believe that it was not count because the buzzer clearly went off, but I don't think the referee.
The goal was good. The goal was good. It was scored by Gary Churchill.
They're giving Churchill the basket. So, at the end of the first quarter, the score is Naugatuck 14, South Catholic 12. Okay. 14-12 ball game. Naugatuck out in front of South Catholic. So it was not a tie ball game. They took the basket away, and rightfully so, because the buzzer clearly went off before the shot was taken by Churchill of Naugatuck. So here we are. Ball knocked out of bounds on a good defensive move by Randy Levine of South Catholic. So it's a 14-12 game. Naugatuck out in front. And we have substitution coming into the ball game now for Naugatuck. Paul Mencio, the 6'1 senior, number 50, into the lineup. All the way jumper is short by John Palmer. Out of bounds it goes. Touched last by Naugatuck, and South Catholic will put it in play.
Anyway, on that last shot at the end of the first quarter, what happened? The referee did not hear the buzzer. The crowd was just on their feet yelling and screaming. He said the basket went in, just seeing what happened, but he didn't hear the buzzer, so the 2 points were taken away.
Randy Levine misses the shot. Naugatuck pulls down the rebound. Joe Healy, and gets it over quickly to Gary Churchill. Bob, that's a nice figure.
It certainly is. 6,479 people showing up for this doubleheader tonight, a CIAC tournament attendance record.
This shot. Goaltending is called.
Credit to go to Joe Healy. Goaltending.
Joe Healy gets credit for the basket, 16-12. Naugatuck leading by 4 over South Catholic. Here in the second quarter at the Coliseum with nearly 6,500 people on hand. First of a great 2 days of championship basketball. Connecticut High School championship basketball. Underneath, great block in there, but a foul was called before the block, and it's called on Naugatuck's Paul Mencio. That's his first foul. Mencio was second-team All-State and a captain of the Naugatuck football team. He's a tackle. Just look at the size of him. South Catholic with the inbound pass. Morrow, and his shot is blocked by John Palmer, and he's called for a foul. John Palmer picking up his first foul, third-team foul against Naugatuck here in the second quarter with 6 minutes and 55 seconds remaining. And on the foul line is Ted Morrow, the 6'5 senior for South Catholic's Joe Riley, the head coach of South Catholic. Eddie Morrow averages 17 points a game, 13 rebounds. He'll be shooting 2. He has 2 points tonight, now has 3. 16-13, South Catholic trailing Naugatuck. 16-14, Naugatuck's lead is cut to 2. Full court press by South, almost a steal. Naugatuck having trouble now getting it up court. Now get the pass away. Here they come. 2-on-1. Pass is broken up beautifully by Ron Macaluso. Oh, what quickness on his part. They had 2-on-1. Did Naugatuck coming down. Pretty pass. Eller. There's 2. Bill Eller, co-captain of South Catholic, with 4 field goals now for 8 points. 16 all is the score.
And this man-to-man press South Catholic is laying on Naugatuck seems to be bothering the Greyhounds a bit.
Tony Zolo fires him outside, and he connects. And Naugatuck jumps out in front by 2, 18-16.
And Naugatuck takes the lead, 18-16.
Again, the enthusiasm of the crowd, the partisanship of the fans between Naugatuck and South Catholic. Rabid fans. Outside, and he switches. Does Joe Zabretsky, the 5'7 senior. Joe Zabretsky ties it up again at 18 all. Mencio handling for Naugatuck. Over to Churchill. Guarded there by Macaluso. Churchill drives through. Too much spin on it. Backs off. Rebounds taken down. Randy Levine, number 44, the 6'1 junior. Drives that lane. Basket is missed. And foul is called on Randy Levine. Offensive foul as another substitution comes into the lineup. Mark Borofsky, the 5'11 senior, number 43, comes back in for South Catholic. And they have called timeout. With timeout on the court, the score is Naugatuck 18, South Catholic 18.
Well, at the beginning of this ball game, Naugatuck had raced out to about a 6-point lead, Dick. But for South Catholic, they've playing that steady type of ball game. In this tournament thus far, in their 4 games leading to this Class L championship final, they have scored a total of 66 points on the average, and they've held their opponents to 52. Naugatuck, on the other hand, has shot for 75-point average in their 4 games, and their opponents have scored 59. So based on those averages, you got to say that maybe Naughty is the gunning team. They're the team that wants to get those points on the board. As Bob Sullivan told us, this team, has got to score consistently to win. On the other hand, even though South Catholic, with a 21-3 record, in this tournament has not scored as high as they'd like to, they've done quite a job playing defensive basketball. They knocked off New London, ranked number 1, 64-49 in the semifinals to get here. And they, right now, are back in this ball game. It's all tied up 18-18, 5:33 left to go in the first half.
The L Division Championship game, our second game of the night on this doubleheader championship basketball night on Channel 8. 5:30 left in the second quarter. 18 all. Naugatuck with the basketball as Bobby Whitfield brings it up court. Works the corner side. Tony Zolo out there, number 30. Palmer. Short, and Morrow takes it down for South Catholic. Lead pass to the corner. 12-footer, no good by South Catholic. Zabetsky up with the shot, and the rebound, it's good. Bill Eller, 5 field goals for the South Catholic co-captain. 20-18, South in front. Now tied up again. Bob Woodfield gets his second field goal of the game, and we're tied at 20. It's seesaw, back and forth. Well, we had an overtime thriller in the M Division Championship game. Our first game tonight was St. Paul winning that one, 71-70 over Hand of Madison, as we said, in overtime. Here we're tied at 20 all. 4 minutes, 33 seconds left to play in the second quarter. South Catholic with the basketball. Turnaround jumper. Mark Borowski is good. 4 points for Mark Borowski of South Catholic. 22-20, South Catholic in front of Naugatuck.
Churchill replacing Tony Zolo.
12 comes back in the lineup. Gary Churchill, the 6-foot junior, replacing Paul Mencio, the 6'1 senior for Naugatuck. And Churchill, the ball handler, their ace, brings it up court. Also a baseball shortstop on the Naugatuck Greyhound baseball team. Shot is missed, and the rebound is taken down by South Catholic's Eller. Over to Zabetsky. Coming out now, back to Zabetsky. A lot of movement underneath there. Morrow. Pass to him, collides, goes out of bounds. Off the foot of the Naugatuck player as he collided with Naugatuck's John Palmer. And South will put it back in play. Number 34, Greg Chicalone, the 5'7 senior, puts it in play for South Catholic. The inbound pass to Mark Borowski. He shoots over the screen set up by Morrow. No good. Morrow goes after the rebound, banks it up and in.
Now it's Ted Morrow.
Ted Morrow, 6'5 senior.
South leads 24-20.
South Catholic leading Naugatuck by 4, 24-20.
As a trailing early in the game, South Catholic doing something now they really weren't doing earlier. That is banging the boards. Morrow, 6'5", really getting underneath.
Underneath, the pass to Joe Healy from Mencio, up and in for 2, and it's 24-22. South Catholic leads by 2 over Naugatuck. Good pass from Mencio. South Catholic goes low to Morrow, can't hold it. Naugatuck comes up with it, Palmer. And the Greyhounds start up court. Little token opposition in the backcourt there by Greg Chicalone of South Catholic. Mencio handling for Naugatuck. Morrow guarding him. To the baseline. Turnaround jumper. It is good by Joe Healy. 5 field goals, 10 points for Joe Healy of Naugatuck. And the score is tied again here in the second quarter with 2:46 remaining to be played. 24-24. Whistle. Basket is no good. Basket is no good. 3-second violation is called against South Catholic. Now coming back in the lineup for South Catholic is Steve Happany and Randy Levine. Happany, number 45. Levine, number 44.
And Tony Zolo, number 30, is back in for Naugatuck.
Also moving back into the Naugatuck lineup is number 30, Tony Zolo, the 6'2 junior. Naugatuck with the ball as Churchill brings it up court. Guarded in there by Chicalone of South Catholic. Man-to-man defense being played by South Catholic, and a foul is called on Mark Borowski. That is his first foul, 13th foul against South Catholic with 2:31 remaining in the second quarter.
Defensively, they've both been playing man-to-man, but Catholic playing a real tight man-to-man, real pressing man-to-man. That's where you pick up the fouls.
Underneath, shot is good by Naugatuck, and he's fouled. Fouled by Borowski. Joe Healy good with the basket. Mark Borowski coming up with his second foul real quick. Less than 15 seconds after the first one. Going to the line, Joe Healy, who has 12 points already on 6 field goals, making his first trip to the foul line, connects on that, and Naugatuck leads South Catholic 27-24. South Catholic has not played a zone all year, Bob. Very alert club, very well disciplined club. Both of them are, for that matter. South Catholic with the ball now. Borowski in the corner. Shot is in and out for Happany. Down on the deck, and who's going to come up with the foul? It is South Catholic's Randy Levine, who picks up his second foul. That's the 15th foul against South Catholic.
1-1 on the foul line. 1-1 on the line. The foul is by Randy Levine.
Well, the scoreless tie, and also now, well, they're trailing by 3. South Catholic really appearing to be overly aggressive. They want that basketball. Their game plan, get the ball, get out in front by 6, 7 points, and kind of slow things down. Of course, they're trailing right now by 3, so I say perhaps psychologically they're a little bit too heft up and too much adrenaline is flowing.
Tony Zolo's foul shot on the 1-and-1 is good. Second shot he'll get. He has 7 points. 28-24. And Naugatuck out in front of South Catholic. Second shot drops through for Tony Zolo. 2 for 2 on the line. 8 points for him. 29-24. 5-point lead has Naugatuck over South. Eller connects for South Catholic. He has 6 field goals for 12 points. 29-26. South Catholic trailing by 3. 1:45 left in the second quarter. A steal by South. Lead pass. Borowski. Collision. No basket. Foul is called against Naugatuck's Bob Woodfield. His first foul.
Foul is by Bob Woodfield.
And going to the foul line for South Catholic, Mark Borowski. This is his first trip on the line so far tonight as Ted Morrow comes back into the South Catholic lineup, replacing Bill Eller. Eller with 12 points, 6 field goals, getting himself a breather. Borowski fouled in the act of shooting. Misses the first shot.
And last foul was Naugatuck's 14th foul. Naugatuck has 14 fouls.
Borowski's second shot is also missed. Morrow battles for the rebound, can't control. Now Borowski comes back up with it, misses it. Palmer takes it down for Naugatuck. Woodfield spins away. Lead pass, Churchill. Twister is good. Jerry Churchill gets his first hoop. 31-26. Naugatuck as Morrow turnaround jumper drops through for South Catholic. 8 points for Morrow. 31-28. Well, Bob, this is what championship games are all about, aren't they?
Morrow, the big man on the court, Dick, really getting a chance to prove himself on that one. You'll see him go to Morrow more and more. He's could be the dominating factor in this ballgame as far as South Catholic is concerned. And offensively, they just got to go to Morrow under those boards more to get back in this ballgame, trailing by 3 right now.
Chip alone and into Morrow again. And Morrow puts it in again. Go to Morrow, as you pointed out, Bob. 10 points for him. 31-30. Naugatuck over South Catholic as South Catholic commits a foul. Greg Chicalone, 5'7" senior, picks up his first foul of the ball game. 41 seconds remaining in this first half. 31-30. Naugatuck out in front. Going to the foul line, Bob Woodfield, 5'11", senior co-captain for the Greyhounds. In a 1-on-1 situation, bonus situation. Misses that first shot, does not get the second, but Naugatuck gets the rebound. Misses the shot. South comes down with it. Over to Borowski. Morrow driving the lane, banks it off and in. Teddy Morrow, 5 field goals. 32-31 as South Catholic goes out in front now with 23 seconds left in the half. 32-31. Naugatuck with the ball. The Greyhounds almost a steal. Churchill, a block, good charge, blocked by Chicalone of South Catholic. Over to Morrow, comes down, 1-on-1, banks it off, too high. Loose, Naugatuck controls. 6 seconds. 5 seconds left in the half. Over on the side. 12-footer, no good, off the mark by Joe Healy. And that's the buzzer, end of the first half. The score is South Catholic 32, Naugatuck 31. Halftime here at the New Haven Coliseum before a crowd of nearly 7,000 fans tonight, which sets a CIAC tournament record for attendance. And it's South Catholic out in front of Naugatuck 32-31. A game that we, as we said, we hate to sound repetitious, but going exactly in the manner in which we said in the pregame show and in the manner in which both coaches said it would probably go. These are two very alert basketball teams, very aggressive basketball teams. We're seeing good board play, good ball handling, and good shooting. And that's why we have a 1-point difference at the half.
Well, I guess we're very fortunate being here, and also out there, our friends on Channel 8. You've seen an excellent game, our first game, the M Division Championship, a 71-70 win for St. Paul's over Daniel Hand of Madison in overtime, and now this ball game, 32-31. It seems that South Catholic, which was ranked 5th in Class L tournament play, and Naugatuck ranked 19th. Catholic just wasn't really playing their ball game in the first half until maybe the last 5 minutes of the second quarter. But all of a sudden they kind of got on track. They started to use what they have best, that is their height. Naugatuck, on the other hand, Dick, was controlling the boards early in the play, and Bill Churchill should say something about him. He's number 12 for Naugatuck, playing an outstanding game as far as his playmaking is concerned, bringing the ball up court and leading the Naugatuck attack. But it's been even Stevens, both playing the man-to-man defense. Naugatuck not as tight or aggressive a man-to-man. They'll give him a little room, but South Catholic, as we saw, picked up about 2 or 3 quick fouls because of their aggressiveness under the basket.
Naugatuck coach Bob Sullivan said ahead of time, that he would try to, he'd play his man-to-man, adjust off that, try to prevent South Catholic from getting inside and blocking him out. And so far, they've been doing that pretty effectively. And Naugatuck themselves tries to penetrate the ball. They'll go mostly with Churchill, but when they look for points and want to go inside, then they come up with Palmer and Healy. And really, Healy's been doing his job because he has 13 points at halftime here for Naugatuck. On the other side of the ledger with South Catholic, a very tough defense. It's a type of ball club that is very impressive to basketball people, knowledgeable basketball people. Talking to coaches before this game and before the first game tonight, everybody was saying, Dick, watch the D of South Catholic. It's a very disciplined type of ball club. They love defense, and they're tough. And, we're seeing that tonight. Nobody's getting pushed around out there, but really on either side. But they've been to the well, many times. They're veterans in tournament play. It's, and especially in semifinal and final championship game action. So we'll have to see. A very intangible question was raised before the games tonight and the games for tomorrow, for example. This is the first time tonight, game night, that any of these teams have ever seen this Coliseum floor or been on it. There was no pre-game practices day before the game or that type of situation. So some of the coaches were expressing concern that it might result in ragged play, but so far we have not seen that happen.
Well, how many young men get a chance to play basketball before close to 6,500 people? And I think that might have had some effect earlier in our first game, but as far as the second game is concerned, looked like these two teams have been here many times before.
Okay, we're going to be back here with more halftime talk and analysis, and we'll take time out for this message. Haven Coliseum, 32-31. South Catholic out in front of Naugatuck at the half, and as we look around this New Haven Coliseum tonight, we certainly see plenty of college coaches in attendance as they want to take a look at the ball players that have been on display. And if for some reason you missed our first game tonight, the M Division Championship game, it was St. Paul of Bristol defeating Hand of Madison 71-70 in a thrilling overtime encounter. As we said, we look around this gymnasium tonight and we see plenty of the college coaches in attendance. And one of them, who is NIT bound, is standing off to the right of us, and that's Freddie Barakat of Fairfield University, whose stags that we saw on Channel 8 this season in 8 telecasts from the Fairfield gym. So he's going to the NIT, and he'll be meeting Hawaii. Bob Norman, let's talk to Freddie Barakat.
Okay, Dick, well, with me, a very familiar face, Fred Barakat, head coach at Fairfield. And Fred, what in the world are you doing here tonight, as they say?
Well, trying to scout some basketball players and bring them to Fairfield in September.
Well, Fred, of course, this is, I guess, the weekend for you since you started with practice, late summer, early fall. It's Fairfield versus Hawaii, and what can you tell us about that game? What can we look for in that first round of the NIT?
Well, we got some very good scouting reports on them, Bob, from California Scouting Service, and they tell us that they're a very physical, very aggressive basketball team. They got a very big front line, 6'10" at center and 6'8" at both forwards, and 2 guards that are 6'3" and 6'2". So I think we're going to have our hands full with the height disadvantage. If we can hold our own on the boards, as well as stop their very, very famous fast break. They're a run and shoot kind of a basketball team, and if we can hold that down to a minimum and hold our own on the boards, I think we'll be in for a good ball game.
Okay, now you are playing when? Tomorrow afternoon are you playing?
No, tomorrow night at 9
Tomorrow
o'clock.
night.
Yes, 9 o'clock.
And if all goes well tomorrow at night at the Garden, then you will be playing
Tuesday night, right. If we win, we play the winner of the North Carolina-Purdue game.
Oh, wonderful. So you have quite a weekend, eh?
That's right. It's a great challenge for us, and we're looking forward to playing tomorrow evening. We only hope that one of our fine players, Ray Kelly, is ready to go. He sprained an ankle very severely in practice Tuesday, and we're not too sure at this point whether or not he'll dress. But we'll see right before game time.
If Kelly doesn't go, will you start Owen Mahorn?
Yes, Owen Mahorn will start, and I think it'll hurt us a little bit as far as our bench strength is concerned. You followed us all year, and you know how important he is to us coming off the bench.
Well, Coach Barakat, we want to thank you for a great season as far as our Channel 8 basketball fans are concerned, and wish you the best of luck tomorrow night against Hawaii. Thank you very much.
We appreciate you and Dick, too. You did a great job for us.
Okay, thanks a lot, Coach. Right. And we'll come back with more championship basketball after we take time out for this.
So say the Greyhound fans at Naugatuck High School. As at halftime here, South Catholic leads the Naugatuck Greyhounds 32-31. Interesting story. The Naugatuck basketball team had two requests of their head coach. One, to ride on a Greyhound bus to the New Haven Coliseum, and two, to go to a well-known pizzeria in New Haven after the basketball game. Win or lose, both requests were granted. So well, we'll eat pizza tonight.
I wonder where they're going. Must be going to Worcester Street, I have to assume.
They are.
Listen, speaking about looking forward to things, I think you'll be looking forward to our third game, the S Division Finals, tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock here on Channel 8. Coggin-Chog from Durham Regional High School. The Coggin-Chog will take on St. Thomas Aquinas of New Britain in the S Division Finals. If you missed the interview we ran during the first half of our first game, during that 2 o'clock game tomorrow, you'll see the highlights of the CIA Girls Final and the special interview with some of the coaches and girls teams. That's tomorrow, our 2 o'clock game here on Channel 8. Right now, we're back to the L Division Championship, and once again, Dick Galliette.
Opening tap of the second half, and controlled by South Catholic, who leads by 1 in this ball game. 34 with the basketball. That's Greg Chicalone, who started the second half, did not start the first half. He's a 5'7" senior. Eller misses his shot for South Catholic, the 6'3" senior co-captain. He has 12 points in the first half. He averages 19 a ball game. Naugatuck with the inbound pass, and medium pressure applied in the backcourt by South Catholic's Greg Chicalone as Gary Churchill brings the ball up court for the Greyhounds. And we have an offensive foul called on Gary Churchill of Naugatuck. That's his second foul of the ball game, the first team foul of the second half. And there you see official Frank Vieira, Pat Mazzarella working this game tonight. South Catholic bringing the ball up court. Steve Happany, 5'11" floor general with the basketball. Now on the right side, driving for that hoop is Randy Levine. Misses the shot. Naugatuck takes down the rebound, and Bob Woodfield will bring it up court. Here in the opening minute of the third quarter, nobody has scored yet. Bounce pass to nowhere. Out of bounds. Bob Woodfield thought his man was going to cut, and South Catholic will bring it up court. This brings to note there really have been very few turnovers in this basketball game. It's been a well-played type of game. As hitting from that left side is Greg Chicalone. That's his first hoop of the night.
And South leads
34-31. 3-point lead, South Catholic.
Excuse me, Dick, you mentioned very few turnovers. Both teams are so similar as far as their defense and offense are concerned. The only difference, of course, South Catholic more aggressive, let's say, and with a little more height.
Tony Zolo over to Churchill, and he'll bring the ball up court for Naugatuck. Our second game tonight of championship basketball. This the L Division title game. M Division title won by St. Paul of Bristol. Firing from the corner, no good, is Zolo. Rebound, South Catholic. Quickly they come down. Chicalone off the rim, no good. Rebound taken down by Zolo at Naugatuck. 3-point lead, South Catholic over Naugatuck. Healy outside. Joe Healy, 44. Back now to Zolo. Churchill coming around. Shoots over his man. Misses the basket. Foul is called on South Catholic's Randy Levine. That's foul number 3 on Randy Levine, the 6'1" junior for South Catholic. It's the first team foul of the second half against South Catholic. On the foul line is Gary Churchill. This is his first trip to the line tonight. He'll be shooting 2. First one is good.
Third foul. South Catholic has 1 team foul.
34-32. South Catholic leads Naugatuck. Now, second shot is good by Churchill, and it's a 34-33 one-point lead South has over the Greyhounds. Low post to Ella. Turnaround jumper is good as he shot over Joe Healy. 36-33.
36-33.
South Catholic out in front. With the clenched fist, Gary Churchill brings it up, and of course the clenched fist signifies what the play is going to be. Churchill fires from 10, makes it. Gary Churchill now with 4 quick points. Shot is blocked by Naugatuck's Gary Churchill. 36-35. Naugatuck trails by 1, as you see. Steve Happany ready to put the ball in play for South. Coming into the lineup, Ron Macaluso as comes in for South Catholic as Randy Levine goes out.
This game has turned almost into a run-and-shoot type game. Both teams normally do not play that way. I'm kind of surprised that the discipline has been lacking just momentarily.
Bill Eller, that is 16 points for him, all coming on 8 field goals. 38-35, 3-point lead, South.
Along that line, I'll be surprised if someone decides to call either a timeout or definitely slow things down, because these teams are in like 3rd gear right now. Normally they play in about 2nd gear.
This shot, but the rebound goes to Naugatuck. That's missed by Woodfield, and South Catholic comes down with it. Eller. Over to Macaluso and Greg Ciccalone. 38-35, 3-point lead. Very similar to what St. Paul did in the first game in the second half, played it very deliberately. From the corner, Steve Happany of Naugatuck gets his first field goal of the night. And Naugatuck, South Catholic rather, Steve Happany, and it's a 40-35 lead South. And with timeout on the court, the score is South Catholic 40, Naugatuck 35. Here we are back at the New Haven Coliseum. 4 minutes, 42 seconds left in the 3rd period. South Catholic out in front of Naugatuck, 40-35. Naugatuck with the basketball, ready to put it in play, Bob Woodfield. Gary Churchill bringing it up for Naugatuck. Woodfield in the corner, baseline. Collision with Ella. Now the fake and the shot is no good by Woodfield. Back to the shot, second shot no good. A steal by Naugatuck. Churchill puts a good move on. It's going to draw a foul. He put the move on Ron Macaluso.
Foul by Ron Macaluso.
And Naugatuck's Gary Churchill, the 6-foot junior, will go to the foul line.
South has 2 team fouls.
I'm sure Joe Riley's upset with that foul, with that turnover. That's what really hurt.
This is with the first.
But South Catholic got out by 5. I thought they'd really kind of slow it down, but they wanted to run a little more, and it cost them. Well, let's see if they get the ball offensively, Dick, if they get back to that deliberate, wait for your good shot style of play.
Churchill makes that second shot. He's 3 for 4 on the line. He has 7 points. 40-36. South Catholic leading by 4 over Naugatuck as Naugatuck now presses in the backcourt. Ball does get across. Morrow all alone underneath, blows the layup. Rebound battle is on, whistle underneath. And the foul is called against Naugatuck. Gary Churchill picks up his 3rd foul of the game. Second team foul against Naugatuck in the second half. 4 minutes, 1 second left to play. The 3rd period, 40-36. South Catholic leading by 4. South with the basketball, about to put it in play. Borowski has to bring it out.
Now let's watch them get delivered. I think that's what they're going to do. Just take your time, wait for that outside good shot. Try to get Morrow in the back door, underneath the basket, one or the other.
Eller, he hits. Bill Eller, that's Bill Eller's 9th field goal. He has 18 points. And it's a 6-point lead South Catholic has over Naugatuck. Isn't this? Look at these notes. In talking to Naugatuck coach Bob Sullivan, he said he expects pressure from South Catholic. If they get ahead, they'll hold the ball. Missed shots. Naugatuck can't buy a basket right here. Foul is called, however, against South Catholic Steve Happany. That's his first foul.
The basket did not count. The foul was by Steve Happany.
Tony Zolo, the 6'2 junior for Naugatuck, will go to the foul line. He's shooting two. Misses the first one. Zolo, also a member of the Naugatuck baseball team. Coming into the lineup for Naugatuck is Paul Mencio. Going out of the lineup is Bob Woodfield for the Greyhounds.
Official time.
Mencio, you mentioned before, is that big football player. He is 6'1" under the boards. There he is right now talking to the official, Frank Vieira, who is asking him to take off a chain around his neck. I guess he figures it might be a little dangerous. But Mencio, 6'1". Woodfield is 5'11". Those 3 inches as Mencio gives his medal to head coach Bob Sullivan. I guess Bob Sullivan feels, we're not really doing it under the boards. That Catholic is kind of taking the play away with Ted Morrow. Bill Eller really doing a fantastic job of going to the basket for South Catholic. So Bob Sullivan wants a little more height under there, a little more muscle. And let's see if Paul Mencio can kind of turn things around here for Naugatuck, losing by 6 points at this time.
3 minutes and 12 seconds left in this third quarter. Morrow went to the locker room, evidently to get either a bandage placed on the upper part of his nose where they were looking at. He's left the court in any event, and Mencio connects on his second foul shot. 42-37. South out in front by 5 over Naugatuck. South Catholic manages to save. Borowski came out. Steve Happany, young man with the bandaged left knee. Eller all by himself, but they recovered quickly to Naugatuck, but the rebound goes over to Ron Macaluso, and he gets his first basket of the game. Mencio brings it up court for Naugatuck. 44-37, 7-point lead, South Catholic. 2 minutes and 35 seconds left in the third quarter. Gary Churchill. Ball is saved by Mencio. Churchill comes around again. Misses the shot. Naugatuck, second shot is no good either, as Joe Healy missed it. Goes out of bounds. And Naugatuck will put it in play. Remember, 2 games tomorrow on Channel 8. The S Division Championship, Coggin-Chog versus St. Thomas Aquinas of New Britain. That's our 2 o'clock game. 4 o'clock game, the Double L Championship, Wilbur Cross against Trumbull. Borowski of South Catholic. And coming from behind, Gary Churchill knocked the ball out of bounds as Borowski was about to take the shot.
Replacing Randy Levine and Greg Chicalone, number 34.
Chicalone comes back into the South Catholic lineup, and going out of there is Steve Happany. Chicalone is 5'7", Happany is 5'11". Eller has the ball slapped out of his hands, but in doing so, Joe Healy caught a piece of the wrist, and that means foul. First foul for Healy, third team foul for Naugatuck.
Naugatuck trailing by 7, now getting a little closer on that man-to-man defense they've been playing for most of the night, and maybe some of the fouls will start to come.
Chicalone takes the drive, passes off, and the shot is no good, however, by Macaluso. Now up and in. Ted Morrow of South Catholic gets his first basket of the second half with 1:48 remaining in the third quarter. 46-37, South Catholic out in front. Pass is picked off. Eller can't control it. Now retrieves it. I would say that's double dribble. And they call it.
And so one of the Naugatuck players covering the play nicely for referee Pat Mazzarella. Boy, Catholic's really bothering them, aren't they? Look at that.
Yeah, that's the way they, that pressure all the time. Look at from behind again. Forced shot, way off the mark. That was Chicalone who bothered him so much, he just threw it up there. Now South Catholic. Batted around, and taking it down is Tony Zolo for Naugatuck. Healy handling now. Zolo outside. Churchill picked up by Chicalone. He drives and drops it through. Good move by Gary Churchill. 9 points he has. 50 seconds left, 46-39. South out in front. Morrow starts to drive, has the ball batted right out of his hand. Good move in there by Zolo. And the ball is thrown away by Naugatuck.
Bob Woodfield, number 22, is in for Naugatuck.
You can really see how South Catholic, when Bob Sullivan told us expect the pressure, I don't think he expected really this much, Dick, because Catholic is really all very aggressive, and yet they're not fouling, but they are creating those turnovers. Naugatuck getting a little rattled.
As Mark Borowski pops from outside for South Catholic, and it's 48-39. 33 seconds left in the third quarter.
48-39.
Naugatuck with the ball. Broken up by Eller. He's played a magnificent game tonight. And we have the collision between Eller and Woodfield, and it's Eller who picks up the foul. Bill Eller, that's second foul of the ball game for him. It is the fourth team foul in the second half for South Catholic.
Replacing Greg Chicalone and Ron Macaluso.
Happney comes back in.
Mencio, number 50, is in for Naugatuck.
Randy Levine back in the lineup for South Catholic. Naugatuck with the ball. Zolo goes to the corner, passes off to Palmer. Left-hand shot, rolls around and out. Palmer wants to go back up with it, but Catholic is on the ball and takes it away, and we'll have, I believe, a jump ball. I want to tell you, anybody who's played a few minutes out on that court tonight in this ball game knows they have played something. Very good game. Two excellent games we've seen here tonight. There you see 9 seconds remaining in the third quarter. The tap controlled by South. That's happening. Borowski lets go from 6, partially deflected in there by Palmer. And at the buzzer, the shot is no good. At the end of the third period, the score is South Catholic 48, Naugatuck 39. Ready for the fourth and final period of play here at the New Haven Coliseum in this L Division Championship game, 48-39. It is South Catholic out in front of Naugatuck. The final 8 minutes of play coming up as Ted Morrow, number 35, gets set to tap with John Palmer of Naugatuck. Naugatuck with the tap. Driving for that hoop is Healy, Joe Healy. Now that could provide a spark for the Naugatuck Greyhounds. Let's see if it does. 48-41.
Got the momentum, all with South Catholic in the third quarter, Dick. I think Naugatuck's Bob Sullivan says, let's get very offensive-minded. Let's change this thing around. Psychologically, Naugatuck is kind of faltering, so I think that you're going to see them go all out, maybe a little more run and shoot, trying to get the ball to the basket.
South goes to that baseline. Pass broken up, however, by Joe Healy of Naugatuck. South with the inbound pass. Picked off by Naugatuck. Nice move, nice interception by John Palmer. Some cool heads out there for Naugatuck. Mencio fakes and fires and misses. Goes after his own rebound. Misses and whistle. Foul underneath. It's called on Morrow. Ted Morrow of South Catholic. That's his first foul of the ball game on the 6'5 senior. 7:15.
I think you probably can see the change, and I guess our friends at Channel 8 can, the way that Naugatuck is really gunning now.
Mencio on that foul line. Connects on the first. Oh, Mencio. In and out. Eller comes down with it. And Eller has been something else for South Catholic tonight, offensively, defensively. Brings the ball up court on occasion, battles off the boards. That's happening with it now for South Catholic. Over to Borowski. Here's Eller coming out at the high post. Baseline, beauty, up and in for Randy Levine.
Now it's Randy Levine. South lead.
50-42, South Catholic with an 8-point lead. You may hear a familiar voice in the background. I meant to point this out earlier. That is the voice, the public address announcer tonight of John Condon of Madison Square Garden, who's working the CIAC tournament. And a hook shot is good by Naugatuck's Joe Healy.
Healy's got a hot hand this fourth quarter, Dick. He's brought him back by trailing on only 6 points now.
16 points for Healy, 50-44. South Catholic leads 6 points. Happney with the ball. left side as they spread it out a little bit. Go to Morrow again. Banks it off and in. Ted Morrow.
That was Ted
South
Morrow.
Catholic.
Halfway age, 52-44.
Let's see if they look for Healy with a hot hand for Naugatuck.
Woodfield. Palmer. He takes dead aim and hits. John Palmer. 52-46. South by 6. 5 minutes, 50 seconds left to play in this game from the Coliseum. The L Division Championship. Good move. In and out, however. Rebound is taken down by John Palmer of Naugatuck. Over to Churchill. He's picked up by Levine. Handles the ball well. Fires. Misses. Goes after his own rebound. And the steal by South. Lead pass to Borowski. Coming up behind him is Woodfield. Decks him. Foul called on Woodfield.
Foul by Bob Woodfield. That's Woodfield's second personal foul. Naugatuck has 4 team fouls. Mark Borowski on the
A guy we haven't heard too much of, John Palmer, 6'4" center for Naugatuck. And he has got a job to do on Ted Morrow, the 6'5" center for South Catholic. So we'll have our friends out there at Channel 8 watch number 34 for Naugatuck and number 35 for South Catholic as they have their little personal battle.
Borowski hits the first shot. And Joe Zabretsky comes into the lineup for South Catholic. Going out is Steve Happany. Borowski will miss on his second one. Boy, they battle you. That's Eller. He's double teamed, still gets it. Pass back underneath. Morrow, pretty play up and in. Hustle all the way. 55-46. South Catholic leading.
South leads 55-46.
John Palmer, Mencio working against Morrow. Morrow fell down, wasn't knocked down. As Paul Mencio gets his first field goal tonight, he has 3 points. 55-48, 7-point lead South Catholic. 5 minutes left to play in this game. Remember, tomorrow the S Division Championship, the Double L Championship, you'll see them both on Channel 8 at 2 and 4 o'clock. Morrow banks it off and in.
57-48 to South.
That 6'5" frame of his moves very well. 57-48. Churchill brings it down. Drives right by Morrow. Nice move up and in.
Now is
Jerry
Gary Churchill.
Churchill, 6-foot junior. 57-50, that's 7-point margin. Borowski drives the baseline. Back out. Zabretsky directing traffic. No good. Eller battles to the rebound, comes down with it. Passes off. Missed shot. Back out. Naugatuck Churchill. 2-on-2. Power hits. John Palmer. 8 points for Palmer. 57-52. South Catholic by 5.
And both Palmer and Morrow exchanging baskets. The game could revolve around who has a better fourth period here, either John Palmer of Naugatuck or Ted Morrow of South Catholic.
Eller. He hits. I guess you call him Mr. Clutch. 20 points on 10 field goals.
He's played a fantastic basketball game both ways tonight.
59-52, the 7-point lead, South Catholic. Palmer drove. Foul is called against South Catholic. I bet it's Levine, yes. That's his 4th foul. And going to the line for Naugatuck.
Steve Happany, number 45, is back in.
John Palmer. Happany comes back into the lineup for South Catholic as timeout is called with the score. South Catholic 59, Naugatuck 52.
Right now by 7 points to South Catholic. Was trailing by 9 at the halftime. They've cut that down to 2. With 3:28, obviously Naugatuck behind by 7 points has got to do something a little differently, and I think what they're going to try to do, Joe Healy had a hot hand at one time. John Palmer seems to be coming on right now. You may see a little more picking going on under that basket. It's strange to me that man-to-man basketball, haven't seen too many picks out there tonight. And I think a guy like John Palmer is going to have to start throwing his weight around for Naugatuck in order to move Ted Morrow out from under that basket, in order to play a high post and bring him out. But Morrow has been having things much his own way until Paul Mencio, number 50 for Naugatuck, did get into the ball game. So let's see if Bob Sullivan says, let's use a little muscle, try to move some of those big guys out of there, particularly Ted Morrow, number 35 for South Catholic, and of course Bill Eller, number 31. But I don't think you're going to move him out of there. He's just all over the place.
Okay, 3 minutes, 28 seconds left to play in the game with South Catholic out in front. This is their third time in the finals in recent years. They won all the marbles in 1970, and in the other 2 times in the last 5 years, they were in the semifinals.
John Palmer on the line, 1 and 1.
John Palmer on the foul line for Naugatuck. First time tonight he's on the line. Misses the shot. Comes down into the hands of South Catholic Steve Happany. Mencio comes up court with him. And almost gets it. Very quick for a big man. South taking plenty of time. Healy on Eller. Levine banks it off. Pretty shot. Made it look easy. 61-52. 9-point lead. Palmer now handling for Naugatuck. Fires from 14. Side of the rim, no good. And Ted Morrow. That's his second foul.
1-1 on the line.
Going to the foul line, Joe Healy. 17 points for Joe Healy tonight for Naugatuck. And South decides they want to talk it over. So Joe Riley, in his 10th year at South Catholic, will have a few words. With timeout on the court, the score is South Catholic 61, Naugatuck 52. 42 seconds left in this ball game. Dick Galliot and Bob Norman here to bring you the L Division Championship game with South Catholic out in front, 61-52.
And those are the Naugatuck cheerleaders going off to a round of applause. Don't forget, tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock here on Channel 8, the S Division Finals. Coggin-Chaug Regional High School of Durham and St. Thomas Aquinas High School of New Britain. That's the S Division Finals starting at 2 o'clock. And then the double L Division Final at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Wilbur Cross of New Haven versus Trumbull High School. And that'll be at 4 o'clock. Well, there he is. That is the coach of South Catholic, Joe Riley, sitting on right now a 9-point lead. And I'm sure that he told his players to take your time, get deliberate, let's slow it down, let's win this one by defense. You're ahead by 9, just take it easy.
Joe Healy on the line for Naugatuck. This is the shot. Palmer comes across, has the shot blocked by Morrow. Whistle, foul, and who's going to get the foul? It's Morrow. That's third foul. All these fouls have come in the fourth period on Morrow.
I'll tell you, it's Morrow's third. He picked up 2 quick ones there. Psychologically, this could affect a young man. He might say, well, I better not be as aggressive. I'll pick up another foul. Let's see if it does.
But Naugatuck is not hitting from the foul line. They've had their problems on the line, this quarter in particular. Gets it through, John Palmer. 9 points for him tonight, 61-53. Naugatuck trails by 8. 2 minutes, 33 seconds left in this game. The L Division Championship as Levine back out, and South Catholic will just eat up the precious seconds on the clock. A crowd of close to 7,000 was on hand here at the Coliseum to see this doubleheader in the M Division and the L Division. The M Division game won by St. Paul, 71-70, over hand of Madison in overtime. That was a thriller. This one has also been a good one. Naugatuck's Paul Mencio has to foul in order to try to get a look at that ball. 2 minutes, 7 seconds left.
That was a call after the bench. As saw Bob Sullivan. He pointed to Mencio and gave him the move. Naugatuck has got to get that basketball. If you lose by 8 or 9 or 10 points, you're losing. So what? Get the basketball. Get the foul shot.
Happany hits on the first. He'll get the second on the 1-1. Co-captain for South Catholic. This is the second shot. Here's Eller, and he gets fouled. On Zolo. Tony Zolo picks up the foul for Naugatuck. That's his first of the ball game. Bill Eller on the line. South Catholic.
2 shots.
This is his first trip to the foul line tonight. Misses the first shot. He's played himself some ball game, this 6'3" senior.
You know, for a big man, I'll tell you, he's really all around that basket, Dick. Not the type of guy that will muscle in for the shot, but just fluid enough to be at the right place at the right time.
Well, South now with a 10-point lead and a minute 58 left to play. Try to go to Healy. Broken up. Zolo on the baseline. Stolen away by Randy Levine. That South is just tenacious on defense. Very alert ball club.
Let's see if they decide to slow it down. I think they will. They like to play just slow down basketball at this stage of the game.
That's all as the seconds pressure tick away. A minute 25 left. South Catholic just eating up the clock. That's Steve Happany over here to Randy Levine. Joe Zabretsky. And we have the collision, which will draw the foul from Gary Churchill of Naugatuck. His fourth foul of the game.
Got some signs up in the stands. It says South Catholic 1974 state champs, as the South Catholic fans who came down here from Hartford tonight look like they are not going to be disappointed. A 10-point lead, 1:15 left to go in this basketball game for the Class L championship.
And a foul shot is missed by Zabretsky. Churchill passes off to Mencio. Banks it off and in, but the foul is called against Mencio. No basket.
No basket.
Instead, Mencio picks up his third foul. Tomorrow afternoon, 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock. We'll be right back here at the New Haven Coliseum for the S Division Championship. Coggin-Chog against St. Thomas Aquinas of New Britain. And Wilbur Cross against Trumbull. Timeout on the court.
There was a
Technical foul.
Mencio.
Replacing Paul Mencio.
Against Mencio, huh? As Ted Morrow misses on the
personal
shot.
Foul. Paul Mencio had a personal foul and a technical foul.
Well, in the frustration in the last couple of minutes of any ball game, when you're in a state championship game, we're not making excuses. Everybody wants to win, and it's easy to get a technical.
The Mencio foul, one was an offensive foul, the other was a technical
1 minute, 8 seconds left to play. 63-53, 10-point lead. South Catholic win the basketball over Naugatuck.
Fouled by Bob Woodfield.
Bob Woodfield of Naugatuck picks up his third foul of the game, as we're now under the minute mark here. 58 seconds left to play.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, please do not go onto the court. Please do not go onto the court.
Steve Happany, foul shot drops through.
That's a two-point score. Credit a field goal to Bill Eller.
Churchill comes down for Naugatuck. 65-53 underneath to Palmer. Palmer up and in. Darren Palmer. That's his 11th point. Lead pass. Here's Eller. Drives for the hoop. It's good.
That was good. It was scored by Bill Eller.
23 points for Eller. 67-55. 39 seconds left to play. South Catholic fans in the stands from Hartford on their feet. Happy, happy people. Palmer misses the shot for Naugatuck.
Well, see them right now. They're yelling, "We're number one." Really enjoying themselves. With 26 seconds to go, they can just about wrap it up right now.
26 seconds. There's the story right there. 67-55. South Catholic in front by 12.
Replacing Steve Happany.
Ted Morrow on the foul line
Randy Levine.
for South Catholic. 20 points for this young man tonight. A 6'5" senior. He averages 17. He got 3 more than his average. Morrow connects on the 1-1. He'll get the second shot. He's 3 for 4 from the foul line. There he is. Second one drops through.
Into the game.
69-55. Now the bench is cleared by Naugatuck coach
Number 10, Bill Miller.
Bobby Sullivan. He puts in all his substitutions, and everybody gets a standing ovation from the Naugatuck fans and the South Catholic fans that are here tonight. They put up a good scrap. They really did. 26 seconds left to play. South Catholic will be the L Division champions in just another 20 seconds.
Gary Woodfield, number 24, is also went to Naugatuck.
Bill Miller takes that shot and drops through. The 5'11 senior. That makes everybody happy for Naugatuck. Borowski, bank shot, South Catholic. Zabretsky is good. 3 seconds. 1 second. And that's the end of the ball game. And South Catholic defeats Naugatuck 71-57 for the L Division Championship.
Well, Dick, quite an exciting basketball game for a little more than a half. At the half, South Catholic out in front 32-31. And then it was the height, and then it was Bill Eller, the forward, who had a fantastic night here for South Catholic, offensively and defensively. And right now, as you can see, Ted Morrow is up on the ladder with the traditional cutting of the net, enjoying their fruits of victory. The South Catholic High School team from Hartford, the Class L champions, as Ron Macaluso is getting his shot with the scissors. And right now, Dick is out on the center court. We're about to have an interview with Dick and the head coach at South Catholic, Joe Riley. Dick?
Well, here he is, the victorious coach of the Class L champions, South Catholic High School, Joe Riley. Joe, congratulations. Tell us, your boys did everything I assume that you wanted them to do tonight.
Yeah, I think they really played a good game. We were a little tight. I think we've played better games before, but I think we were very tight. And Naugatuck really played a great game, and I think that was probably contributed to our being a little tight.
All the coaches that are around this tournament tonight, high school coaches, all told us before the game, watch South Catholic's Big D. And boy, you really play it.
Yeah, that's been the name of the game over the years for us. We stressed defense, and in a tournament, that's what we really talked about, because we knew we could probably have an off night, maybe offensively, but defensively could win it. And actually, our offense wasn't that good tonight, but defense did the job for us.
Joe Riley, congratulations. Have a happy St. Patrick's Day. I know you will. Okay, thank you. Okay, this is Dick Galliette talking to Joe Riley. Now, Bob Norman.
Okay, Dick, well, that about does it from here at the Coliseum. Tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock, it's the S Division Finals. Chalk Regional High School of Durham takes on St. Thomas Aquinas High School of New Britain in the S Division Finals. And at 4 o'clock, it'll be Wilbercross of New Haven and Trumbull High School in the Double L Division Final. Both coming away exclusively on Channel 8. Bob Norman, on behalf of Dick Galliette, bidding you a pleasant good evening from the New Haven Coliseum.
Live from the New Haven Coliseum, this has been the 52nd Annual CIAC Basketball Tournament, brought to you in part by the Southern New England Telephone Company. CIAC Basketball has been a WTNH TV sports presentation.